Conversation with myself like this better work. That's why I get peace of myself almost every verse. I spent my whole life grinding, I ain't asked for help. I used to starve as a kid, I had to feed myself. Remember all the hard times we kept trying, and we rise and we fall. The times we had to walk, now we stay flying. Now we grind till we ball.
You, the feeling is wrong. Relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to go? Teach them something before they lose the song. Oh, no, no, no. Freedom is the road. Oh, no, no, no. Coming in from the cold. Tell them not to sell it, it's worth more than gold.
Welcome to another episode of Artist to Artist at the AB Club. It's your boy West Side, and I got a special guest with me today.
Johhny G, what's up? How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you coming, man. It's a blessing, man. I've been watching you for quite some time, actually. I want to say back when I did V Stuck.
Okay.
When I did her interview, I think that's the first time I seen you. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure how it happened, but I know I came across your page, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I was watching the journey. I seen the accolades and, the things that you was doing. And I'm like, all right, I love watching the journey. So I'm like, okay, as I'm going, I'm working with artists and doing things like that. You popping up, I'm seeing you, and I'm watching your work ethic, which that's another thing I want to give you credit for. You're a hard worker. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, bro. Honestly, it's just about consistency. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some days, like, it's crazy. People say I work hard, and I think to myself that I could work harder. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all about perspective.
Yeah. Do you ever, like, when you by yourself and you hanging out chilling or whatever, do you ever feel like that work guilt where you like, damn, I'm chilling, not doing nothing?
Yeah, I do. I feel it all the time, bro. It's really hard to enjoy myself sometimes because, like, I'll be thinking, like, damn, I'm not where I want to be at. So, like, I got to get back to the studio. You feel me?
Yeah. So how do you deal with that, like, as far as, like, balancing that? Because I know it could get difficult. You like, I need personal time because that's what kind of refuel me and let me keep going. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I don't want to feel like, damn, what did I do for this 24 hours? Did I accomplish something?
I be feeling like that too, but I feel like, all right, there is balance, right? Mm-hmm. So as long as you get certain things done during that 24 hours, like, all right, for example, if I want to go to the studio, I'll try to, like, work out, go to the gym or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I try to, like, when I'm outside the studio, I try to focus on everything I neglect when I'm inside the studio.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I could drop a couple pounds. Let me go ahead and get it. Okay, so usually the question I start off with is, where does music start for you? And so, like, who would you give credit to putting music in your life?
Man, I'll say my dad, to be honest.
Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, so he always played music all the time, like on his days off. He always had pianos in the house too. So, like, I have videos of me as a kid just on the piano, just knocking away, you feel me?
Yeah. So,
like, I've always been around music just from my dad. My family likes to, like, they're very musical, too. I grew up in the church, too, so you know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was some of the early sounds he was playing for you? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was, like, Freddie McGregor. She said he felt that big ship sailing on the ocean.
Yeah.
He's played, like, a lot of, like, what's that, like soca music? He used to love soca music, a lot of oldies, though, like Chai Lights.
Okay.
Have you seen her? You feel me? Those type of songs. So I grew up on, like, a lot of, like, oldies.
So what's your background?
My mom is Jamaican, my dad's from Nicaragua.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very diverse culture.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's
But
up.
I'm Jamaican, though, you feel me? If your mom is Jamaican, right, that the culture's consuming,
Yeah. So tell me, as far as, like, your early years of growing up, right? As a kid, did you know you wanted to do music? Was, like, I know you was hearing it, but was that something you was already seeing from a young age? Like, this is something I want to be doing?
It's crazy. I didn't see it, but I did. I was, like, my mom pushed me to do music. Cause I did, like, in my free time, I would always play on the piano, just freestyle with my brothers and, like, cousins. You know what I'm saying? We used to always have fun on the piano. I took piano lessons for a little bit too when I was, like, 8 years old. So, like, I know, like, the basic theory and stuff. And I also was in the band in middle school.
Oh, so you did it all?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, in middle school, I chose, like, my issue was, like, all right, so friends, you know what I'm saying? My friends were in PE, and it's like, you're in middle school, bro. Like, you wanna
go children?
Yeah, bro. So I ended up dropping band for PE. Cause I'm like, why is that even a choice? I never thought about that. Like, what? Like, why I gotta pick band or PE? Like
playing ball or playing the drums.
Why can't we do both?
Both, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But apparently my schedule was I couldn't go to PE. I had to pick between band or PE. So you know,
what I felt like in elementary it was different, wasn't it?
Well, this is middle school, I guess. The middle school I went to.
No, but I mean, like in elementary, I feel like elementary they give you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, elementary school, yeah. And then middle school, the first time you have to pick your classes.
Yeah, it's like, you can't do all of them. You got to pick which one you want to do.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm picking PE. I was just like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to play ball.
Literally, I'm trying to have fun. Like, come on.
All right, so do you regret that decision though? Like as far as like leaving the band or
I do actually.
Okay. So what was the reason why you regretted it?
Because like I would have been more cultured in music, if that makes more sense. Because when you're in the band, they make you play different types of things. I'd be like more advanced. But also I'm happy I didn't because sometimes when you know too much, you get boxed in.
That's facts.
So I try to like keep like a childlike mindset when it comes to creating. Because that's the most creative when you're a child. So it's like you don't really know what you're doing. But, like, it's all about, like, emotions and just figuring it out. Purity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're too good, it takes away from that because, like, it's, like, more perfect, right?
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes what makes music is the mistakes. Sometimes, sometimes your voice cracks. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Just to, like, show the emotion or, like, you know what I'm saying? You might have a little off note, but, like, it kind of hits at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So I look for those perfect mistakes.
No, you're right. There's some people that make careers out of that. Like, I would take, like, a Ja Rule, right? If you would say like someone that sings or melodic, right? You would never look at Ja Rule and be like, yeah, I think he could make some big platinum records off of this tone and voice of how he sings because it's so raspy. But it works. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yeah.
And I bet someone told me, like, yo, your voice is too raspy. You can't be doing that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But everyone's always going to have something to say. So
yeah, even DMX. I think Diddy, if I'm not mistaken, told him like, I guess he was too raunchy or of his voice or whatever. And he got his deal, and he was going number one. I think he two number one albums in the same year.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Some ridiculous stuff. He was saying.
Because I feel like people are looking for something new, and I guess timing. He came out in a time where no one was doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he took over.
I feel like in those early age, like, days of music, people, like, look for that thing that made them, like, original. Like, now it's, like, people are, like, copying, you know what I'm saying, sounds versus trying to make it themselves. So
I feel like there are some that are trying to be different, but it's like a little bit very left field. You get what I'm saying? And it could be confusing.
But I think they're trying to be different. I feel like some people try to be different. Some people are just different. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be in you. Yeah,
you're right. For sure. Some people, I don't understand how they do it. It's like they have this science to them, and it's like take Frank Ocean for example, right? Great artist, but he disappears for long periods of time, right? But he still is like loved or, wanted as far as the festivals and things like that, like as if he just dropped an album. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how does that work? Because my knowledge of music was, you had to stay in front of people and show, new music and things of that such. We haven't seen too many artists where it's like they go long periods of time without ever dropping, and they're still hotter than the artists that are dropping every couple months.
You got to think about that. He dropped in the period of time where like music wasn't so like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You had to like usually that's the bigger artists were like, you know what I'm saying, cutting through. So his music was so good during the period of time where he dropped it. Yeah. Where everyone consumed it and it's still like love it to this day. You know what I'm saying? People still listen to like oldies now. People still listen to Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's facts.
Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? So like it is what it is. Good music is gonna last forever. It doesn't matter like whether you're in front of the camera or not, the music's still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm pretty sure his team has avenues that are still like working the songs. You know what I'm saying, to stay in front of people's faces. Yeah. Wasn't he on like Fortnite or something like that? I'm pretty sure like one of those things.
He might have, honestly. And it's crazy because it's like, oh, this was another thing. So that song Praise Jah, right? So I was playing 2K and the song came on. You know what I'm saying? It came on and I'm like, oh, I'm about to go do this interview. So, like, how is that for you as far as being a part of that process and seeing the surrealness of the success of the song? You know what I mean? Like, you're going somewhere, it's playing. You're playing a game, it's playing. Like,
and I'm in the car and on the highway. on traffic, you feel me? On I-95 and someone's blasting it in the car in traffic, you feel me? So it's like, for me, you know what's crazy? It's like when we were making the song, it was just another day. We were just making a song. We were making it for a long time, though.
Oh, okay.
It's so funny. We're still working on it to this day, like the remix.
Well, it's tough because I feel like that song is so, to me, I think that song's perfect. And sometimes when a song is so good, it's hard to make a remix because you don't want to do anything that saturate that perfect Picasso. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. It's like, I think that was the thought process too, going through the remix. It's like, all right, do we change it? Do we keep it the same? Do we just do this? There's so much different ideas, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just the hardest part. It's like, all right, zoning in, like, what's the right answer? No, and guess what? You never know till you try.
Yeah, that's facts.
And, like, I feel like, to me, there's no rules. Like, you can do a million remixes, so whatever, do whatever you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But it was just another day, like all right, so YG's process is different, you feel me? So, like, where he goes through songs, lays down ideas, keeps coming back to it over time. So that was one like the third, I want to say the third or fourth song we ever started working on. You feel me? But like I said, we never stopped working on it.
But that's a beautiful thing. I feel like people don't do that enough, honestly. A lot of times, especially now, because people go through the punch-in method. So a lot of it is just first thing that comes to my mind, I'm just going to say it. And so, you know, I feel like a lot of people just do that. Okay, cut. All right, that's the song. Next. And it's because it's so quick. It's like they're not even thinking of going back over it because they did it so quick. It's like, all right, let's try another idea. And then just doing that, and then one of these are going to work. And then that's what takes off. But I feel like that's what makes the difference between generational music from back then to like the music now. Those songs were worked on. You know what I mean? It was a process. It took time. It was a collective. You know what I mean? They brought in a drummer from a certain band that, you know what I mean? It was
had a certain like,
thing.
Yeah, exactly. He had a certain like, you know what I'm saying? I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like,
it was more curated. It was more put together, like produced.
Exactly. So you said it was that was the third or fourth song, right? So at what point in the process, 'cause I know you said it took time to make the song, you're still working on it to this point, but prior to it getting the success that you see it received, did you know that song was going to be special when in the process of creating it?
Yeah, we knew it was a great song because like usually, all right, to go back to a song and keep going back to it means it's a good song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Something about this one.
And like we never got tired of going back to it, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we'd have a session, we'd go back to work on it. The only thing we ended up changing was the ad-lib. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a different ad-lib on it earlier, and he ended up changing that. It's like, you know, it was really intricate, and like his process is different. You don't really understand it to the end, so you gotta like trust his process at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, yeah, bro. It's like, all right, it was very intricate and like, my bad. What was the original question? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying like, at what point in the process of creating it did you realize it? Yeah.
You know, you don't know.
You don't know, yeah. That's true. That's true.
You don't. It's because at the end of the day, like I said, like you're inside of it. So like maybe it's easier for someone else to look outside, inside, and say, "Oh, that's a hit." That's you know what I'm saying? But like for us, it's just another day of us making music. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. It was just us like because YG would like come to town for 3 months. We work every single day. Yeah. Or like I guess Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? Even in the weekend sometimes, but like we work every day. Maybe 5-6 days out the week for 2-3 months straight. You feel me? So it's like we're starting ideas every day. We're making new beats every day. We're doing so much at the same time, just continuously working. Yeah. That like you don't even have time to say, "Oh, this is the hit," or like, you know what I'm saying? We're just working, bro. Like, it is what it is. That's another day.
I think that's the best and most important part. I think too many people are driven or thought process of a hit record rather than just like being more free. And saying, I'm just gonna make the best song I can make on this beat.
And sometimes the hit can make it harder because now you're trying to make a hit. And when we made the hit, we weren't trying to make a hit. We're just making music.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the difference between and I always think of this, when you're playing basketball and you're trying to make a bank shot, like you're trying to make sure it hits the backboard before it goes in, because you're intentionally doing it, you might throw it a little bit this way, throw it a little bit that. And you might keep missing because you're trying to do it rather than sometimes you just throw that shot up and it boom, boom, and it goes in. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different.
And I feel like in basketball, too, it's the same thing as music. Like, all right, usually when someone's trying too hard, they're trying too hard. It usually shows, you know what I'm saying? The person that really pushing the work is just effortless.
Yeah.
And just smooth, and they're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts.
So that's life, anything, you know what I'm saying? Put the effort in, make it look effortless, have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's important. So I want to ask you, how did you meet YG? Like, how did y'all end up working with each other?
I went to middle school with his older brother, Nico.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you know Beam, too.
No, I don't know Beam.
Yeah, so Beam's another big artist, songwriter, producer.
Mm-hmm.
But we also, me, him, Nico were like best friends growing up in middle school. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's dope. I love to hear that.
So Nico had reached out to Beam to like work, but Beam had a lot going on. Then that's when he just signed his deal and everything. He was just, you know what I'm saying? So he actually referred him to me.
Yeah.
To hit me up. Like, I've been working, you know what I'm saying? I also had like a big TikTok back in those days. So,
okay.
Yeah. So it was just, timing. He hit me up and then we started working.
All right. So y'all basically started at a young age knowing each other. So would you say that?
I didn't meet him until I met YG when I first started working with him. The first day I met him was the first day I worked with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I knew his older brother.
Okay, so from knowing the older brother. Okay, cool. So tell me, in the beginning of you starting to do music and working on music, how did you get into it? Like, what was the process where you found yourself in the studio for the first time?
I'm trying to really think when the first time I actually booked a session for a studio. Because, I was like, so for me, this is my humble beginnings. I was in the living room, my mom's living room, you feel me?
Oh, okay. You had a computer.
I used to have everyone just come over my crib. My house was a studio, actually.
Okay, so that's where it started, in the house.
Yeah. My house was a studio.
So how did you get to that point? Like, did you already have a computer and you just started downloading software? Someone sent you the software?
So, all right, I had a laptop. I really started making the beats officially in high school.
Okay.
I want to say like freshman year. I want to say, like download FL Studio, cracked it. You feel me? My bad, FL. My bad.
Everybody did. Everybody did.
FL Studio 8. You feel me? So I was like, I used to always play piano. I used to make beats on the actual piano, like the record track and everything like that. But it was not the same. You feel me? So I was like, all right, let me try to learn how to do this. That's before like YouTube tutorials. Yeah. The only person that was doing YouTube tutorials was this guy named Busy Beats. You know what I'm talking about?
Legend.
That's the only, and that's like years ago. You know what I'm saying? So like that. All right. So I learned from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Self-taught, FL Studio, living room.
And basically your homeboys is like practice. It's like they come over, they want to record, and then like you getting the reps in.
Yeah, like my earlier music, I was recording on headphones, like
that's the classic.
You know what I'm talking about?
The little headphone jack. You have
the headphone, exactly.
I got one right here.
I had to plug it into
one of these.
Exactly.
Yeah, one of those.
That's where I started on. You feel me?
That's classic, humble beginnings. So, all right. So, did you stay with the home studio? Like, at what point? Did you decide to, did you eventually move out of the home studio? Of course, you got your studio, but I'm saying, like, do you still have a home studio, I should say?
Yeah, always. Because, like I said, my dad always has, like, he always had a piano. He always had speakers to blast music. So that's all you need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The laptop was just the last final, like, missing piece.
So connect everything together.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's what's up. So, do you still play the piano to this day?
Yeah, just, every day I use the piano and every time I make a beat, you feel me?
Is that your beginning process when it comes to the beat?
Definitely melodies.
Okay. And then from there, where you would normally go?
I feel it. My process just like, I like having like a set theme of what I'm going for, but I don't like to like pre-make the beat too much in my head. I like to like just let it create itself. I like going with the flow, like random sounds every time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just letting it create itself. If I'm working with somebody, then that's different. Like, that's when we come together with the idea, put it together. But when it's just me creating, I just like to create freely. The first day, and then I come back to it like the next day and be like, all right, let's fine tune it, and
Yeah. So tell me about the one that I seen you was showing recently. It's called Human, right?
Yeah.
How did that one come together?
Literally freestyling. Like, I actually know it's funny. I have the voice note. Is it on this phone? Is it on this? Oh, it's on my other phone. I have the voice note. So literally, like, I was making the beat because, like, I make all my songs from scratch. You know what I'm saying? But while I'm making the song, sometimes I like voice record, voice note everything. So I'm here like making the beat. The beat was completely different. It was like sped up way faster.
Oh.
So I flipped it, slowed it down, started freestyling to it. I'm like, I said I'm only human. And like when I freestyle, I look for a certain catchphrase, and I started building the song around that. You feel me? So I laid down that I'm only human, then just cooked it up from there. You feel me?
No, I like that song. I was listening to it. I was watching the clip, and I'm just like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah.
So you normally freestyle when it comes to music?
Yeah.
You really write down?
No, I don't write down.
Voice memos, basically.
Yeah, voice memos. Because voice memos just like it's pure. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just pure emotions, feelings, how I'm feeling at that moment. And, like, you never know what's going to come to your mind if you just let it work.
That is facts.
Yeah.
And where do you would say you are most creative? Because a lot of people, when they start, they'll be like, oh, man, I used to be in the car. Like, that's their home studio in a sense, like being in the car, being in a closed, confined space, and them just being isolated in with the music. So where would you say you most likely creative? Or is it just don't matter?
It don't matter anywhere. You feel me? Like, I don't want to like box myself in, like, because I feel like once you tell yourself something, then that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? If you tell yourself, this is my spot, it's the car, then your spot's gonna be the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My spot is everywhere I go at any moment.
Okay, that's dope. I like that. Is there a specific time? Because some people are nighttime people. When it comes to being in the studio, they'll be in the studio all night. Some people during the day, morning. Is there a specific time that you like to record?
I would say our best songs were made definitely like 5, 6 a.m.
Be like that.
Praise job. We had a lot of 6 a.m., 7 a.m. days. Trust me. Next day, you coming out with the sun.
Yeah.
Then we got to be right back there 5 o'clock again the next day. You feel me?
Yeah. It sounds like a song that would be perfect for like the sunrise. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or the sunset. Either one.
It's Praise Job on the moonlight, but it feels like a daytime song. Maybe the moon's out during the day. You feel me?
It's the energy that it gives you. It's that feel good music.
100%. 100%. Real music. That's a song that's never going anywhere.
No, that's facts. That's facts, yeah.
Literally.
It's cemented, for sure.
And like, I just like how he had his own sound. He doesn't try to sound like his grandfather. He does naturally. That's just his voice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he created his own little wave, his own sound. And like, like I like artists that are true to like their sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not mimicking. Everything he's doing is him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Authentic.
I think the reason why it gets like that is because of the persuasion of the style. And before I used to think, oh, it's the labels. The labels push a certain sound that they want. But then now social media even plays an impact on that. You know what I'm saying? Certain
100%.
sounds, catches, and it's very dance driven now. So it's like certain tempos and certain sounds is what's make it popular. And as an artist, I see a lot of people, and sometimes I could say I might fall victim to that because I like to experiment, but sometimes I'd be like, okay, what would I sound like on this type of song? You know what I mean? And it could be an influence because I'm hearing it a lot at the time, and it's like, okay, let me see what that would sound like. But of course, you always know because once you record it, and you like, nah. You know what I mean?
I feel like that too. It was like, all right, a lot of people get stuck into that. All right, it has to be this way. Everyone's doing this, so let me do this too.
Yeah.
Like Praise God was the first reggae song to blow up in a long time. You feel me? And like I feel like right now we're in the day and age where like your music needs to stand out because everyone's tired of the same stuff.
Yeah, that is facts.
You know what I'm saying? We're in the transition period. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now is the time to be as most creative as you can and push boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's tired of the same.
No, you're right. So
you know what I'm saying?
Tell me, where would you like to see music going in? We're about to be in 2025.
Yeah.
If you had to make some predictions or some things you would like to see happen in music going into 2025, what are some stuff that would come to mind?
I think subgenres are gonna start popping a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? More like niche versus like
Yeah.
So I feel like the different sounds are gonna start popping in 2025. I think Praise God was just the beginning. Maybe reggae has a big comeback next year. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be
who knows who's working on reggae albums right now? Everyone can work on a reggae album. You know what I'm saying? People are more open to trying like different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? Push it out there to the masses because Praise God just shows, like even though like reggae is everyone knows Bob Marley, but like who knows the new generation doesn't really know Bob Marley has like our generation would know the generation before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's bringing back a whole like legacy back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to the forefront. So
I like the energy that reggae gives. In that era, I would say like that 90s, early 2000s.
mm-hmm.
Like those reggae songs that told stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those were some of my favorite reggae. And then, reggae, it kind of made a switch because then it became more dancehall
Mm-hmm.
and reggae, and it became more up-tempo and dancing. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, that's what captivated me growing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My dad listened to reggae growing up. He had a Bob Marley
Of
cassette
course.
tape in the car, CD,
course.
back then. And,
Yeah.
he would play it, and back then they wouldn't even change it. They would have it on repeat. If you on a road trip, you going to hear that whole album. You know what I'm saying? So
It's funny, my first introduction to Bob Marley, like for real, cause of course I heard him growing up, like, with my parents and everything, but it was actually my middle school teacher, 6th grade. She made us like learn about Bob Marley, and like we had to learn One Love and sing it as a class. You feel me? But like it was an older white lady. You feel me? And he impacted her life so much that like she made it part of her teaching curriculum.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
you understand what I'm saying?
That's fire.
So it's like my prediction for 2025 is music that's gonna change people's lives, that impact them, that makes them want to share it. You know what I'm saying? Like real songs. You know?
Yeah.
That means something.
That's I think that's what we're missing, honestly.
Yeah.
Even now in creating music, like I'm looking more so like, okay, what do I want to focus on next?
Mm-hmm.
And my main focus now is like, okay, what can you do that's different, that's gonna last long?
Mm-hmm.
Because microwave music is played out now. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I would hope that nobody goes in and say, I'm finna make some popcorn music. You know what I'm saying? But, you kind of know it when you put it out, and it's, basic in a sense. It's nothing that's hitting the higher scale. You just made a song.
You know what it is? It's that people aren't making music about where they're at right now. They're making music about the end game.
Yeah.
Of when you win the game already. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And in a sense, like, the people love the journey. Whether they admit it or not, everyone loves the journey.
Yeah.
Whatever journey they're on, because they choose to do it every single day.
That's facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I think people need to focus on where they're at right now, where their life is right now. Of course, you can make music like where you want to manifest yourself to become where, but like, if you focus on your day-to-day life and what you're doing every day, what's in front of you, you know what I'm saying? How can you run out of inspiration? Because you're seeing that every single day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Focus on your life and making music about your life. You know what I'm saying? What you go through every day, what your experiences have been, what you have went through, even what people around you are going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can always go based off of somebody else too.
Yeah, easy. It doesn't matter. Like, because like me and you are here together right now. So I'm in your reality, you're in my reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can see something that in your reality, be like, wow, I never knew that existed. I never knew someone thought like that.
Yeah.
And just create a whole song around that.
No, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, give me some artists that you worked with, produced for, or engineered, written, anything of that sort.
Some artists I've worked with. So I worked with Trina. I worked with Flo and his team, IMG, All Stars. Right now I'm working with Cliff K.
Okay.
He's YG's cousin, you know.
Yeah.
Him, Nico's uncle, you know what I'm saying? They're related. Honestly, even watching how Miss Hill works. Yo,
how was it me and her?
Yo, at first it was like, yo, Miss Hill was texting me. Like, I don't even know how to like.
Yeah, you overthinking the text at that point.
I'm like, how do I even reply to this?
So,
you know what I'm saying? Because you have so much respect for her, you know, like her energy. She's short, she's small, but she has an energy is like a 7, like Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like she has a big energy to her. You know what I'm saying? And also like when she speaks with such conviction. You know, and like she spoke greatness into me too at the same time. So I took that when she spoke, and I don't know, it's different when someone speaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like when she says something, she says it in a way that she means it. So it feels genuine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like working with her like that. That kind of change put a spark in me, you know? Even how she works with like individually with her, you know, with her band, and like she cares. I think that's the problem now. People don't really care as much.
I think that's the reason why she hasn't came out with more albums too.
She cares.
Because she cares so much.
She cares so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She doesn't want to just put anything out. She want to make sure that 100% her idea of what she wanted, exactly how she envisioned it.
And
You know
she
what I mean?
keeps that childlike energy when she's creating. You know what I'm saying? She looks for like the, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
outside the box stuff, and like I can see how like that can take time to drop music, because like you're trying to see as much possibilities, like mix and match arrangements as music can go before you know you pick the right one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like her process is just like, it's big.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why her album was big. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell what went, like how she works, what probably went into that, creating that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she got one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, definitely.
It's Education, Lauryn Hill, like that from start to finish, just classic records.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, as far as like that process of working with artists, right? What are some of the things you would say you learned watching people that you may have added into your process of making music?
All right, that's funny. So, all right, Drew Oliver. He's a big songwriter, producer, you know, artist too.
Yeah.
So, I linked with him, and he's the one that really taught me how to properly like stack my music.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I used to stack it. Don't get me wrong. I've been stacking it, like, but he taught me how to properly stack it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, find your harmonies and how to, like, you know, organize it into
layer
it, organize it properly. You feel me? And Arlen helped me kind of like, he's another songwriter. I used to work with Nia, like, that's one of Trina's artists.
Yeah.
And I see how he went more in depth than stacking it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like. So I always had a sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, like naturally, I don't know what it was, just maybe like influences. But all right. Who used to teach me this? Because I used to, like, at first I was like very monotone through my songs. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I started that way too.
And I forgot who it was. I'm sorry, whoever it was that told me this, but they're like, yo, try to like add some like inflection, you know what I'm saying? Some feeling into it. Some highs and lows, you know what I'm saying? Try to create like a scene to it, you know what I'm saying? And Beam, he was the one that put me on like setting a mood for your session and what songs you want to create, you know what I'm saying? He would put like visuals on the screen. Yeah. Just so like now when I'm creating, I'm creating a scene versus just me. You know what I'm saying?
Just giving inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, it's something, it hits the visuals. It's something that it sparks something.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You could look at something and get an idea for something just because 100%. You looked at something. Yeah.
Because usually I would just like, I have the scene in my head, but I never thought like to like put it out like in front of me to see. Yeah. Like it activates a part of your brain. You know what I'm saying? I'll create a part of your brain that like, the music you're gonna make is gonna match that scene on the screen. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's one thing I picked up too.
That's fire. That's fire.
Man,
because that layering one is a big one. Because, you know, knowing how to layering it's not clashing.
Yeah, you have to know how to. It's really art. Yeah. Like backgrounds is actually.
That was always my weakness when I started. Because I was just like, I'll overthink it. Like, I don't want to do nothing, and it sounds like it's clashing with things. Like, so I would try to keep it as minimal, but I would add to it, but just minimal, because I didn't want it to be too much going on. But that is still an art form. I'm still trying to figure out, like, okay, how could I add a little more to this? It's like dressing almost to the food.
100%, literally, no difference. And like, all right, different things. Vari, yo, you got it. Just having confidence in your art. You know what I'm saying? Because like even this, right? For example, I've had songs I made years ago. Yeah. And my confidence wasn't as strong enough in myself as it is now, right? Same song, nothing changed, but I'm playing it back now and it's sounding a lot better.
Because it's up in here, yeah.
It's in my brain. And like it's like this. If I feel a way about something and I feel strong about it and I continue getting better, right? Like my opinion can affect those around me, regardless of how somebody feels about it or thinks of what it is. How I feel about my art it can be contagious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's another like, you know, little secret I learned about myself. Like, all right, believe in yourself, get better, and everything around you will get better.
No, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that one. I like that. So I always ask this question, right? Because with the process of music, there's the glitz and the glamour, but there's also the dark side, right?
Of course.
So I want to go and touch base on the dark times or the dark process in your journey of doing music. whether it was maybe having a hard time finding creativity or something that happened that affected you musically. Like, what is yours?
Man, it was just relationships.
Mm.
Man, I lost a lot of relationships with music, like working relationships, jobs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like romantic relationships, even relationships with my parents, like whole family. Literally, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done sacrificed it all for music.
Damn.
And like, you know what I'm saying? You always get back what you put in. So I'm still reaping some rewards back from it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like the dark times are usually the times where no one believes.
Oh, that's fine.
And it's only just you that believes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like even sometimes you gotta know like, damn, I know I'm not where I'm at. I know I'm not as good as I want to be, but like I'm gonna still push through even to get past to this point to get to the next point. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's the darkest part. But that's the part of music where you find yourself in it. You know what I'm saying?
That is facts. Yeah. One thing I like for people to realize is like, you're a great artist even if you don't have the notoriety just yet. You know what I mean? You just haven't gotten heard yet, but that don't make you not a great artist, right? And all it takes is one song to change that. And then you go from the artist that nobody listened to the one that everybody's listening to.
But
just
also, there's people every day. All right, so like going to LA gives you a different perspective too. Cause like think about this, right? People go to LA. Literally, for example, they will be the best person in their town. And it's like, all right, I done mastered this town, right? And now I'm going to go to a city where everyone is the best person in their town. And we're all
like going to the pros.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you go to LA and like they don't care about people are doing whatever they can do to create music and stay in that creative platform. You know what I'm saying? Not to get like a regular job and conform into the system.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you willing to like sacrifice the regular life and society like norms to like really achieve your dreams? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like seeing so much other people that have done it and win, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what keeps me going. But like in LA, like that's some of the most talented people there. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be so talented, but you'd be like, why haven't they like moved like gotten ahead? You know what I'm saying? And what I realize is this: it doesn't matter how good you are at anything in life, like how, you know what I'm saying, how talented you are. Everything goes back to habits.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything
100%.
goes back to habits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, some people are way less talented, but they just have the habits to like have success. It doesn't matter what they do; they're gonna be successful in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like success is more like it's a mindset in a game. You know what I'm saying? Because you can create it any way you want to create it and have your idea of it, but it all still comes back to your habits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, regardless of music or what it is, like you got to know that you're still battling yourself every day.
That's the biggest challenge. That's
Yeah.
the biggest challenge is yourself, because you know, in doing music, and a lot of people don't realize it, especially now because music is very accessible, so a lot of people jump into music, right?
Literally, because anyone can do it.
You know what I mean? You could literally never written anything and just pick up a mic and just start doing, oh, I'm an artist now.
Yeah.
Right? So with that, they don't understand what the process is. You know what I mean? Some people are working from the form of, I have notoriety in this. And because I have notoriety in this, I'm going to start doing music, and the notoriety from this will translate to music. Doesn't always work that way. There are some people that are famous for this thing, and they do music and it never translates.
I think it translates when like you actually been making music and like you know what I'm saying?
Because you've been
working on both angles. You know what I'm saying? Someone can tell if you just picked up a mic yesterday. But then sometimes it works better for you too, because it's like this. All right, you dropped that first song, it sucked, right? But the next one you dropped was better.
Yeah.
The next one you dropped got better. The next one you got better. So it's like, all right, you're putting time and work into your craft. As long as you're getting better into it, better with it, and not just doing it just to do it, like that's when the results come. You know what I'm saying? Results come with you getting better at it. Because people think they're working hard. Because I remember a period of time where I thought I was working super hard. You know what I'm saying? I was. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But it's like I wasn't getting no traction because I was doing the same thing over and over and over, just making these beats and just doing that. I wasn't having no intentions for them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it also comes with, like, getting more intentional with your life and, like, you know, seeing what you want. And, like, from that's when the opportunities come to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I always told, you can talk to anyone that I talked to since high school. You feel me? Like, I was like, yo, I'm going to make something with this music, regardless of it. Because I chose to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I always spoke it into existence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But until I really like started doing things that like, all right, for example, like posting content or like, you know what I'm saying? Like reaching out to people, like, you know, cultivating relationships, like making it known what I do. You know what I'm saying? Those little things that like outside of music that matter, those are the things that are going to change like the outside career of your music. You know what I'm saying? Like the external success versus like, you know, their internal success. You know what I'm saying? Because there's two types of successes, you know, because when you feel good about yourself, that's your success. That's the first success that matters. And the second success is when someone else feels good about what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what people battle with too. They look more on the other people telling them
The external success, exactly.
Than the external. And that's what's the most important because that's the one that's going to keep you going. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's nice to get a pat on the back. Hey, that was pretty good. But at the end of the day, if you have it in here, even if you don't get a pat on the back, you know you did good.
100%.
You know? And you can keep going, knowing and feeling that way, rather than waiting for someone to tell you did good.
And it's easy to get caught up in that, like, you know, even when sometimes it's worse when people start congratulating you on that because now it's like, am I going to get used to that external, you know what I'm saying, success?
Yeah.
And am I going to get caught up and lost in that sauce of, other people congratulating me? No, because at the end of the day, it's like, I remember I was doing this, no one congratulated me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I always got to remember those days. I got to stay in the energy because it's easier to get out of the energy. And, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go off track.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then even with the external one, it's like some cases people may look at other people getting it. You know, maybe they didn't hear it in a while. Or they're not hearing it as much as they was hearing it before. And now this person is getting a lot of them. And it's like, well, you know, but if you have it within yourself, even if it comes and goes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everything is a wave.
Yeah.
Literally, once you understand life's a wave, up and down, up and down, up and down. So like the key is just to never get too high, never get too low.
The perfect example of the artist that I would say this is K-Camp.
Yeah.
Because K-Camp came out that tell me where you want to go. And that it ain't nothing to cut it off. And he had that wave. And then it went down. And then he came back with
the TikTok,
you know
the renegade stuff.
That renegade, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like crazy.
Like, something, like I hit the lottery and he's on a whole nother wave. And he just pops up. You know what I'm saying? He do a wave, do a run. But this is how it goes. And you just got to be here, even though it's doing this.
I would say Future.
Oh, Future too, yeah.
Future.
But I feel like Future was here a lot. Even if he dipped, he didn't dip that far. He was like...
No, I think about it because he was consistent. I was thinking about it like
That's
Future's
true.
been consistent from the jump.
Yeah.
Right from the like, you know what I'm saying? But there were times where like, you know, I mean, it's because his stuff was so good.
Yeah.
Like when it came out and knew that like his old stuff always like held him over through the waves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even like, for example, right now you could say this is Drake's downtime right now.
Technically, yeah, this would be his first ever downtime since he started.
And right now, look at this. He's still the number one stream.
Still. More than people that dropped multiple times this year.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, make your moment so big while you have it and you can so that it lasts you over. All right, the Bible, all right? I feel like the Bible stories have like, all right, like a symbolism just to everybody's life, right?
Yeah.
So the story of Joseph, right? Remember when Joseph was in Egypt and like they told him to like God says he had a dream that 7 years of famine was coming.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like during that 7 years, they stocked up on food and like everything else. So during that 7 years of famine came, everybody had to come to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's kind of like even with success or like your moments, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure like you store up something for those moments where like that can hold you over during that famine. So when you do come back, you know what I'm saying? You're still like...
You could flood the streets.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fact.
So like, but it's more than just like, it's more than just external, you know what I'm saying? So like when I say like the 7 years, right? The 7 years can be like 7 years of music. It can be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that 7 years of the self-confidence of having to speak that greatness in yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look back at this moment, like I did this to help you keep on going to the future. You know what I'm saying? So like, but like the good times, you have to save the good times. You know what I'm saying? To help you through the bad times.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I agree with that. All right. So tell me what's some of the stuff that you got in the works right now?
All right. So I got a couple things in the works right now. So we have YG's album.
Okay.
You feel me? It's going along good. You know what I'm saying? We have a solid solid 12, 14 songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, I have an EP. I have an album ready. I have Cliff K's album I'm working on. I worked on Tony Ann. She was Miss World Jamaica. I have some stuff for her.
Yeah.
No, I have some stuff circulating around, but that's just the confirmed stuff I know, you know?
Oh, you
so
got more.
I'm not going to speak that's not confirmed, you know?
Yeah.
But,
no, that's smart. That's smart.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big, man. Shout out to you, man. What's the name of the EP? Do you have one, the name of it yet?
So I'm going through some ideas. One of them is Human for the album.
Okay.
I was thinking the album Human and the EP Code Crack, because Cracking Codes, I have a company called Cracking Codes, you know? So,
okay.
like, yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, Cracking Codes. So, like, you know, we do, listen, everything that we need, you know, like, any problem you have, we have a solution for you, feel me? So, usually, like, artists have issues with content, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, you know, they need beats, studio time. You know, like, just the songwriting. Like, we have a network of, like, producers,
like a
songwriters.
one-stop shop.
Yeah, literally, you know what I'm saying? If I can't do it, I know someone that can. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. We crack codes every day, you know what I'm saying? We're always looking for a solution.
Let's go. Let's go. And where can they find you at?
At Johhny G, Johhny.
Okay.
G, 2 underscores, you know what I'm saying? 2 H's, not 2 N's, you feel me? Johhny.
And where can they find you at? Is it on all platforms?
Yeah, all platforms.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yeah.
Also, hit that notification bell on his YouTube anytime, or on all platforms. Hit the notification bell so when he drops, like on DSPs, you'll get that link notification right to your phone. Hey, new project out, and you can go ahead and tune in. Yeah. Also, follow A2A.podcast on all platforms. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok. I don't know how long TikTok gonna be up.
Yeah.
But for now, you can still find us on there. You know what I mean? YouTube, Spotify, and also the AB Club Studios. If you need any help starting your own podcast, you need a producer, cinematographer, an editor, great lighting, 4K cameras, great location. We got you.
Appreciate you, brother.